Hey everyone, welcome to Stuff I Never Learned from a School Book. If you were looking at the bearded one, it must be Monday night, 7 p.m. Central, 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific, 3 p.m. out in Hawaii, 6 a.m. tomorrow out in Indonesia, and 9 a.m. out in Australia. Welcome everybody to Stuff I Never Learned from a School Book. If this is your first time here, my name is Tom Springer, and I'm the host. Welcome to the show. If you are a repeat offender, also known as my family, who continues to come back, God knows why, but you keep coming back anyways to want to get more and more into the people I'm bringing on. Thank you for coming back. It's been a couple of weeks since I have been on here. Hopefully everyone's been doing well. And I'm not going to waste too much time. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Jenni Kohls and Minigh right away, simply because I've been really excited about bringing them on. I have been following them for a while throughout the past couple of years, really, since I've been on here. Let's just say I've been following them both since before they were together. So that's been a little while. But now they're together, and not only together, like whatever, but actually on the show. So let me go ahead and drag these two in, kicking and screaming, because I know that's what they're going to do. But we're going to make them sit down and talk to us for as long as they want to talk. So let's say hi to Jenni and Mike. And I saw that, Mike. I saw that. So welcome for coming on. I appreciate you all coming on to the show. I do normally tell the audience how we met, and I kind of just did. I kind of told them that I haven't officially met you. This is Primal, by the way. Hi, Primal. She's saying hi to everybody. I haven't officially met you in person, but we have talked some online and tracked each other online and everything else. And it just so happens, because I want to let everyone know this now, that you are also part of another group of people that I know, which is from Ashes to Echoes. So you're part of that team as well. The person here that's saying hello to you is actually my wife. So she's the one who actually runs the show. I just talk. So, Max is popping in to say hello as well. I already told you Stuart said hello because Stuart was early, so he piped in even before we started the show. So hello. Oh my goodness, look at that. We have a Larry Eisler hand wave sighting. So, there he is, right there. What's up, brother? So again, I haven't had the opportunity, the pleasure to meet you yet in person. I'm very excited to, though. And I've actually been up your way, kind of. I went up to Broadhead last year to do the Broadhead Manor investigate, or like the 2-day, 3-day fest that was going on up there. And I also spoke with you, or I actually told you a little bit that I actually lived for 4 years of my life in Rice Lake, Wisconsin, which is northwest Wisconsin. Very open. Well, at least it was way back when I was, when everything was black and white. It was very wide open country, farmland, everything else. Hey, John, how you doing, brother? So that's how I know you guys. And I want to thank you again for coming on the show. Now, before we get too far into it, do me a favor, because as I said in the backstage, no one reads the bios I write up for you, even though I ask you to put one up for me. They all just look at the pretty pictures, and I know they're talking about you too. So do me a favor and introduce yourselves, and then let us know how you got started and what you're doing, and we'll move on from there about kind of what's going on now, what's coming up next.
Perfect. All right, sure. So I've been pretty avid in the paranormal scope for a while, probably since my childhood, maybe even before that. I kind of grew up on ghost stories and hearing tales of the macabre from my hometown, which was a population of less than 2,000 people. So really all you have to do in a little town is gossip and you talk. And there was tons of like ghost stories and haunted cemetery stories, all that good stuff, And so that always like really interested me. It intrigued me. And so me and my brother, we were always going out doing our own little like investigations and stuff like that. And really that just carried over into my adulthood, where I stayed just as passionate about it as I did in childhood. And that kind of brings me to where I am today. 2020 is really when I kind of picked up pace and I joined the community that I've been so like grateful to be a part of, because I've met so many wonderful people. I get to come on cool podcasts like this with great folks like you. So it's been such an amazing experience, and that's kind of what that's really it. Though I've had some pretty crazy experiences, and just all in good fun. And now we kind of do that as a full-time hobby. Aside from jobs, this is what we do.
Yeah, jobs to help you pay for your hobby. Yep, I know how that works. So.
My story's kind of the same. I actually grew up in the South for a little bit, well, West Virginia, technically South, but
So
saw a lot of stuff growing up down there, and then moving here didn't change. So yeah, from an early age, I would see, hear, feel things, and then actually one thing I didn't put in my bio was I almost drowned when I was like 11 years old.
oh, okay.
Actually saw the light. And I feel like ever since then, my senses were like heightened for the paranormal, and that actually kind of sparked a lot of stuff. And then, so yeah, I've been doing paranormal for probably around 20 years. Been a part of a few teams, and I just love it. It's something that'll always be in my blood, and can't get away from it.
When did you two start investigating together?
So before we even started dating, I had joined up with We Are Paranormal, and that was in 2023.
Right.
And then really just 1 month after that, me and Mike started dating.
Yeah, that's actually where I was introduced to you on online, was We Are Paranormal. That's where I found you guys. Was looking at that because I'm a newbie. I've only been doing this for 4 years, so like with abilities and everything else. So I'm very new to it myself. Well, I should say I'm very new to it, not like you guys. But when you were younger, this is for either one of you. I'm unless I ask for your name specific, I'm just going to throw this out to both of you. When you were younger and you were investigating, has it always been people or spirit? Was there animals? Was there anything outside of the realm of humans? Was it anything along those lines that kind of really brought you in to be like, oh man, that's a little different? So.
It's so funny you mentioned this because one of my first paranormal experiences was when I was about 10 years old, and I wasn't exactly investigating or anything, but I had seen some sort of like, it literally looked like the Loch Ness Monster in some random channel off of Lake Michigan, and I never forgot this. It like stuck with me, and this kind of led me to the questions of, if maybe some of these creatures we're seeing, like what if they're actually paranormal, like or spirits left over from,
right.
Who's to say that animals, aren't haunting certain locations? Like the dinosaurs died in such a traumatic fashion. I can imagine some of that residual energy lingers in some.
Yeah. Yeah. And with
the kind of thing I saw the Loch Ness Monster per se off a random river on Lake Michigan, but I saw something that looked an awful lot like not a leopardon, what are they called? Plesiosaur, right? Like the long neck, kind of football shaped head. I just distinctly remember it, and then, like I said, that kind of just made me question if maybe I saw a ghost of a dinosaur or something,
And that's very well possible. I mean, we know we can pick up like our pets and stuff like that. So why not? Why not something else?
Right.
I mean, if we know we can do the pets,
exactly.
that's not a long stretch to figure out. Maybe we kind of have to figure that a lot of the stuff we see isn't human. So I mean, if there's other things out there like just unexplainable, why not something like a dinosaur, or why not something from the past, or I actually call it's kind of weird. So I actually call it from a future location. Maybe we're picking up on something. My mind kind of works a little weird. Picking up something from like a parallel that's jumped over to ours. It's already passed, but it hasn't passed yet in ours. It hasn't been yet in ours. So
it's a cool concept.
Yeah,
it really does get you thinking.
It does. Yep. And then Larry's responding. Of course he can respond.
Charlie.
Mike, what about you? You decide to see something that wasn't quite human and go like, whoa, wait, hold on, time out. So
yeah, mine was actually UFO related, I guess I could say.
We were just talking about this.
Yeah, us talking about it made me think a lot. I saw a UFO, and the same exact night I saw what I saw, was a ghost.
Oh, okay.
And from that point on in my life, I've been seeing and hearing weird stuff. So now I'm questioning, is it alien or is it spirit? You know what I'm saying? It's just weird.
It does. It makes you start thinking. Like, we've been questioning this a lot the past few days. We've just kind of gone down the rabbit hole. And
Yeah.
It's, oh, William. Hi, William.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely expect that rabbit hole to kind of go to every single direction you can find. I mean, you're going to hit that maze of rabbit holes, which is one, and you're like, oh my goodness, which way do I go? But you know, and the interesting part is, can you expect to combine them? Because we have a friend of ours that's here in Nebraska, and she is known as one of the primary points of contact with UFO beings, with extraterrestrial, and she's actually recognized by NASA. Could you pick up? Now it's interesting to see this because the beings that she spoke of didn't necessarily have a life force to say. So with that, can we see spirit of aliens? Yeah, I told you we're going to go all over the place tonight. This is going to go in sideways. So,
I love it.
Primal
Favorite
saying she spent her childhood on the shores of Lake Michigan. There's some other beings for sure. Absolutely. I would 100% agree with that. And there's a lot of people that report that. So, I'm going to kind of out of the way some of the normal questions that people would always ask, and before I go sideways and even more down rabbit holes. So both of you, because like I said, we'll get rid of this together. Both of you, I know the answer. Well, the answer might match, but I doubt it will. Favorite place to investigate? I broke Mike.
It's hard to say because I'm not sure that I have a favorite place. Because they're all so great, and you leave with such a unique experience. It's almost hard to pit them against each other, you know. And for me, boy,
let's put it this way: if offered to go back to a location, where's that one place? Like, yep, that place. I'm gonna go to that place again.
I can't. It's not there anymore.
It's not the answer.
I feel like we have some answers.
All right. Nope, I lost you for a second. So
we do have issues there, but I'd love to visit again.
Oh, and see, Larry says anywhere I'm at. So that's his answer. Larry's anywhere I'm at. And I'm going to caveat that, Larry, because I'm going to make sure you don't get your butt kicked. It's anywhere you're at with Brittany. So that I got to cover him for that. So, you know, so because she looks at this and she just sees anywhere I'm at. He doesn't mention Brittany, then, you know, I know she's going to go after him. So I'm covering for you, Larry. Anywhere that Larry goes with Brittany. So.
Yeah, you better include Brittany. Don't keep her out.
I know. Nick and Nikki brings up. We did an intuition class not too long ago, and she said during our intuition class, someone actually picked up on star seeds. So when we were looking, and we were trying to focus in on past loved ones, but she was seeing star seeds. She actually went like above that level and jumped to the next level to starseed intuition. And because she was describing what a Lyran looked like in her eyes, and I was like, oh, well, you're looking at starseeds, not just that human souls, but you're looking past that. So yeah, so we can reach out and touch pretty far with our minds when we start looking at it. What'll be?
That's incredible.
And Larry says that's their answer. Oh, Larry's answer was anywhere I'm at for you guys, and he says yes. But the good save was for covering him on Brittany. So I got you, Larry. I got you. When you guys investigate, again, I'm sticking with the normal standard questions until I go nuts because I'm trying to break you in slowly. trust me, squirrel moments will happen with the bearded one. Favorite piece of equipment to use?
I like just using, I don't even like using equipment, to be honest. Just going in kind of raw deal, you know. I've picked up so much just sitting in the silence, or us not even really trying to exactly make contact, but we caught a whistle one time at an ancient Native American, so it was their civilization site, and it's one of the oldest, it is the oldest site in Wisconsin, and it's Ashland State Park. Now, this place is just incredible, and really we were just kind of taking in the views. We weren't even investigating at this point, and we just hear loud as day. It was humming. Somebody was humming right in front of us, and we happened to be recording, but we weren't even recording for ghost stuff. We're just sitting there and enjoying the moment and kind of recording some of the landscapes, and we just hear loud as day somebody humming, and we go running around the whole park, and we look, and there's just nobody there. And I thought, like, how incredible, though. You know, you don't even always need equipment to catch things. Like, sometimes they just happen like that, and those are always my most favorite moments. I love it when we have nothing running, no equipment, no interference with anything, you know, and you catch something so solid like that. It's like, wow, okay.
That's fantastic. Yeah, and those are cool because you're like, awesome. Now, how do I tell people this happened outside of just tell them? Oh, I wish I had my recorder. You know, so that's kind of those moments where, oh, God damn it.
You know, that's boy, the camera rolling. You always keep the camera rolling.
Oh, I have to put this up for Larry because Larry knows that Brittany's going to watch this. Larry says, Brittany, when you read this, you're my favorite piece of equipment. So there we go.
Very nice.
Good job, Larry.
She's a great piece of equipment to have. So,
yeah, she is. Nighthawk, Mr. Williams said, never whistle back, guys. Okay, trust me. Trickster spirits are attached to our sacred lands.
Yeah, we don't participate. We don't whistle back.
Yeah, I actually so prior job used to take us on the road a lot into a lot of back areas, everything else all over the world, and a couple of times we can tell that there was something that was trying to draw us off the path by either asking for help, like in a woman's voice, or whistling or saying hey or stuff like that. We just the guys I was with like, hey, we need to go help, and I'm like, absolutely not. You just need to keep it forward. So I'm trying to. I don't want to. I know Larry's going to want to answer this. So I'm going to ask it in a different way. Two-parter here. When, because I know it's very recent, but I want to kind of bring this up because I want people to start understanding that you have more. Oh, you know what? Never mind, I got it. So I was going to say, you guys do the Wisconsin Files on YouTube. And that's going to be up there this whole time. But what other people don't know is you also just joined From Ashes to Echoes. Paranormal. And Larry gives me a sad face. First off, and I'm going to say this as politely and as nicely as I can. You decided to join From Ashes to Echoes. I'll ask it the way I need to ask it. Let me ask it the way I should have. What made you decide to join them? And then the other part that my head says is, what the hell is wrong with you? So, the way you want. So,
well, I mean, Larry is obviously a very good friend of mine and Mike. We've been friends with Larry for years. 5 years for me. He was my first paranormal group that I joined up with, Expedition Entity. So me and Larry got some deep ties when it comes to the paranormal. And me and Brittany just formed we're a newly formed friendship about a year ago now. We got really close. We became very good friends. And when they told me that they wanted to kind of start their own team and they were building a formidable force, I was like, absolutely, I'm down. Let's do this. I just couldn't have been more excited. They have put together an incredible group of people. And they've got some big plans, and I'm just really excited to even be a part of it. And I'll let you take over. I'll go check. I gotta go check on our puppy.
Yep.
I guess, well, she just pretty much said it all, but we've had the privilege to investigate with all of them, other than a few members on the team that have input, like Brittany, Larry, I think that's it. But we all mesh well, you know what I mean? It's just, we vibe well together and we like kind of feed off each other.
Yeah. So
that's my opinion.
With her not sitting there, even though I know she can hear me, with her not sitting here, because I don't know if it's going to be her, Cindy, or Brittany, but which one of them is like the craziest? Which one of them is like on an investigation, like the most wild one?
Brittany. Brittany, hands down, Brittany.
Yeah, I would say it's probably a tie between Brittany and Jenni. I've seen Jenni do some pretty crazy stuff. So.
Not me. I'm a golden girl.
Yeah. We haven't met, but we've met.
Fair enough.
And anyone else who has seen this part of you knows no. I want to know if you've made Mike his period outfit yet.
Almost. I've almost got it finished. I'm working on, so I've got him a cowboy vest piece all finished up. I'm going to be working on his duster coat. So I'm making him a duster cowboy coat. And yeah, we're super pumped to do some pioneer pictures because, boy, I love sewing.
Yeah.
So
if people don't know about you yet, they will. But if they don't know about you yet, if you go out and you look at Jenni's site, just Jenni Kohls on Facebook, KOHLS, she does a lot of unbelievably fantastic sewing pieces. And she's made pieces like period pieces for other people, for herself, for photo shoots, for everything else. And they're fantastic. You do a wonderful job on those, by the way. So I want to make sure that you get the recognition you absolutely deserve sitting right here on the show. I'm going to show someone to say hi to her back because a lot of people don't know how to pronounce her name, so I'm going to help you guys out. So Uilani Ku'ule is popping in to say hi to everybody. You can call her Uilani, or you can just go by what everyone else calls her, and everyone else just calls her Mary. But the fact that I like saying Uilani Ku'ule, I say Larry. So I say Uilani Ku'ule. So, and Nighthawk says, Jenni, what have I always told you about your sewing, dear? So
I know. Thank you so much, William. Forever flattered.
Nikki has a question for Jen. She's asking, this is my question for Jenni, which is my normal question to females. Do you find that you shut down an old-fashioned type of family house or get men who try to quiet you down?
I'm not sure that I really have had any of those. Unfortunately, I haven't really had that experience, I guess. I'm sure, I know it's an unfortunate part of kind of being a woman in a male-dominated field, and I know a lot of friends that have, unfortunately, come across that type of crap, but I've been very fortunate, I suppose.
Yeah.
So I really don't have any, experiences with that.
Yeah, we were at a location, and I know she brings this up because we were at a location, and there was 3 or 4 women with us in our investigation team at the time we were doing it, and she starts asking questions or saying something, and the male voice came across and said, "No, not her." She's not allowed to ask questions, and so
I've been lucky not to have that, but I know, like I said, I've had a lot of my female friends that have had kind of aggressive, experiences like that, and like I said, I mean, traditionally, it really has been, I think women being in the paranormal hasn't really been a common thing till, like more modern times, so I'm sure getting women in there to question these old-fashioned men is kind of a jolt to them. They come from a time period we didn't intermingle like that, So I've been lucky, though. I've been lucky not to run across any negative.
All right. I'm going to ask a question I haven't asked anybody before because it just popped into my head, and I'm really curious about it because so many of us wear dark clothes or black when we investigate or anything else. Do we have a reason for doing that? Is there any reason behind? Oh, by the way, I'm advertising Vince Killian's Urban Investigator shirt today, just so y'all know, repping him today. But is there any reason why we have a tendency to do that? What is the thought behind us wearing black? Because so many of us do it.
I mean, I know too. I think maybe because it's kind of well, it's a little bit of a stereotype in a sense, I suppose. You know, be a part of the darkness. You wear all black. We go John Wick. You know, and put on the little glitter dusters, and you know, me. I guess for me though, I've always been kind of on the alternative scene. Black has always been my color. It goes with everything. I mean, and you can hide in the dark better. So
see, and Larry says that hides his fat. I'm right there with you, Larry. I'm kind of curious. Now this is going to be an experiment. I'm going to have to pull when I do investigations. I'm going to randomly have to wear different colors to see if it does anything different. It's again something I've never asked any audience member or any guest member at all in my life. But all of a sudden, just in my head, a voice says, "Hey, ask about colors." I'm like, okay. So I did. But no, it's because you always see, and the interesting part is we all wear black, but then when you're looking at night vision, it all shows up as bright.
Right.
so it's not really doing the effect. I don't think ghosts care, really what clothes we're wearing. So on the same side of that question, what is the thought process for you two? Again, this is just purely your opinions. It does not have to be fact zero. Why do we investigate at night for the most part rather than during the day?
We talk about this.
We do talk about that. We don't always. We've done it during the day.
Yeah, and that's what we don't really think there is really. I mean, nighttime does give that creep factor where the entire world, like our entire area, is encompassed in this darkness.
Right.
Yeah, it's more of like an ambience kind of thing, in my opinion, because we've caught some of our most profound footage or evidence in broad daylight. Our experience at Ashland State Park happened in the middle of the day. So I've never really associated the nighttime with being more of a heightened time frame for spirits. I think spirits are probably always active. It just kind of depends on them, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a location that's local to us that we go to. Sorry, I got to put my arm out of the way. But that we go to, and we'll take some people to that location during the day because it's safer during the day. The nurse will walk the hallways. Some of the friendlier spirits are there during the day. But once it flips to nighttime, you have to be experienced to go to this place, or it turns dark on you fast. I mean, literally and figuratively, it turns dark on you fast. So you have to know your audience as well. Or your location as well when you're going to these places. I'm assuming there's a place that's around us that I want to go investigate that I think it's going to be ugly no matter when I go, and it's because it's a burial place that has a burial marker from a indigenous chief who passed away. And as people started moving east to west, a Christian, old Christian congregation decided they did not like that there, so they decided to build a church right on top of it. So I'm fantastically waiting to go look at that place, and it's not that far away from me. We have a Taryn sighting. Hello, Miss Taryn. How are you?
Hey, Taryn.
But yeah, so it's interesting because you got to know kind of where you're at and what the history is. And I'm not one for checking the history first. I might check a little bit, but I don't want to know I don't want to know the spirit factors behind it. It's cool that I know the home is built the 1800s, 1700s, whatever else, and I know some of this other stuff, but I don't want to know it because then it gives me a bias, and I don't like that. Which is a lot of times why I don't even really like reading up. I told you guys this. I know you from your sites online and everything else, but I really didn't review or do anything more research on you guys because I don't want to have a bias of what someone else said or someone else did or anything else. And it's the same way with sites. I want to get what I get out of it, not what someone else got out of it. So it kind of runs that way. Oh, and I'm being warned. Nighthawk told me if I wear hot pink, he's going to smack me from the other side. So, and everyone else is just kind of saying hi, so I can skip those messages. But is there ever been a time when you, again, either one of you or together, have been investigating where something has happened and you were like, I am not going back to that location? Whether it was because you realized it was a false haunting, or if it was just that damn you did not have enough depends with you to keep on going on that investigation. So.
There's been a couple for me.
Yeah.
Probably my most memorable one was Edinburgh Manor.
Okay.
In Iowa. I was in the basement doing a solo by myself. And I was standing. Have you ever been to Edinburgh?
I have not, but I've had to do some remotes into there while they were actually live. And they've asked me to remote in and watch what's going on around them to help keep them safe or let them know what was there. So I've seen it through cameras, but I haven't been there live, and that's another story. But we were supposed to, but we didn't. I'll just tell you that. We'll tell you that. So
I've been to Edinburgh about 8 times. Good friends with Kat and Will. And,
you were out there with Kat and Will then? So, yep.
Yeah. So the very, very first time I ever went there, I was kind of, I don't want to say a rookie, but I hadn't been to very many places outside of Wisconsin at that point. And the guys that I was in the group with thought it'd be funny for me to go down in the basement while they were 3 floors up to do my solo.
Right.
And so there's like this long hallway between the cafeteria and the laundry room. And I was standing in the laundry room facing down the cafeteria, and a chunk of plates got thrown up the hallway at me.
Yeah.
Well, my first instinct was like, I got on the radio. I'm like, are you guys messing with me?
Right.
And they're like, no, we're up at the base. We're 2 floors up from you right now. And I'm just like, I just froze. I was just like, what the heck? But yeah, that was probably my most memorable.
Can I ask how long ago that was?
Like scared to where I wouldn't go back in. I don't think.
Yeah.
No.
How long ago was that? How long ago was the Edinburgh one?
Either 2013 or 2014.
Okay, so it was before the energy shifted. Now, I don't know if you've known about it. Yeah. Okay.
The last time I was there was probably 3 years ago, and okay. The energy completely changed.
Yep.
In that building.
Yep. Miss Jenny, what about you? Any place that you're just like, nope.
I don't have a location where I've actually. I've always every single one I want to go back. I would go back. I would go back in a heartbeat.
Have either one of you been, I'll say, scratched or violated in some way?
Yeah, I've been scratched a few times. I did have a really bad attachment for like 4 or 5 years that I had no idea I had until I went to a shaman and figured it out.
I felt like I maybe was, but I'm really not sure if it was even that or just my imagination, because I kind of get worked up sometimes when I'm like heat of the moment scared. So I'm not sure if it's really classified as being scratched or anything. But
yeah. Nighthawk's saying goodnight to us, by the way. So he's
good night.
Hey, William.
He's had a long night, so he's taking off for a little bit. So, Larry says, I stuck Jen in a used coffin once, if that counts. So.
That was so much fun, though. I'd go back in, Larry. I'd go back in.
I will say one time we both got the crap scared out of us one time we were at Ed Gene's property here.
Oh, yeah, that creeped me out, but I'd still go back.
Oh, yeah. And we were filming and a bunch of coyotes decided they were going to creep up on us.
The timing,
And just start howling.
The timing. Yeah, that did. That made my heart drop.
Yeah. When you're getting ready to go into a location, Larry can answer this one too online if he wants to. But when you guys get ready to go into a location, how do you prepare to enter the location? Do you guys do a little prayer beforehand? Do you just kind of say, hey, thank you for letting us come in? Or do you just let Jen go first and her and Brittany just kick the doors open and go run in and go, over here, bitches? So, which way does it go sometimes? So,
kind of, I guess it depends on who we're with, because we respect what everybody wants to do. If it's just me and Mike, I think the spirits know our intentions. They know we're there with a good heart. They know that we're not there to be malicious or, anything of the sort. So there's nothing we really do. We just we do take a moment, just kind of like take a breath, step in. But, some people that we work with, they like to do a little prayer. They like to do a little, kind of just a protection prayer, whatever makes them feel comfortable. So,
yeah.
I mean, not really anything in particular that we do, but, other people, sure. And yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way because I just kind of walk in and I tell people it's because I'm too dumb to know any better. So I just kind of just walk in and just go, hey, how y'all doing? So, I figure that's got to be it. I don't have any fear, so we're trying to figure out where that comes from and how much that's going to get me in trouble down the road. So yeah, Larry says same thing. We just stroll in and say hey. So there you go. That works perfectly. That's kind of how it works.
Yeah.
You all have both investigated with a lot of other known people as well. I'm gonna call this out and see what kind of answer I get. And I know I'm probably going to get politically correct answers from both of you, but we'll see how it goes. Because this is another question I have never asked any of my guests. So this is how my brain works. Sorry. Besides like Larry and Britt and Cindy, who has been your favorite person to investigate with?
I really don't think I've honest. Well, for myself, I mean, yeah, I've worked with so many people, and really, I can't really say that I have a favorite though. Again, it's like the locations. Everybody I've worked with, I've had such good experiences with.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really not one person that I would pick over the other, outside of obviously my little clique, my Larry, my Brittany, Cindy, our people. But I mean. Yeah, I can't really say that I have a favorite. How about you?
I don't have a favorite.
He's my favorite, if I'm going to be honest. He is my favorite person to ever.
That's why I was trying to absolve you from saying each other. I was trying to do that, so.
Yeah. She's my favorite too. I did get to investigate with Nick Ross one time, so that was cool for me.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, but yeah, other than that, I would have to say Jenni's my favorite.
Yeah.
Someone wants me to ask you. It's Nighthawk. He says before I leave the chat, ask them about the doll. So now I'm asking about the doll.
Yeah, we don't have too much to say on that because we got a pretty insane documentary we're going to be dropping, which will cover all of everybody's burning questions. But I will say this: me and Mike have gone through an absolute whirlwind this is the last year. And we've kind of made the connection that it could be this doll that we have in our possession. It's just kind of bizarre that not only us, but the prior owners of this doll, we've all experienced very similar things. And it all happened right as we acquired this doll.
Yeah.
And it kind of escalated. It got really crazy in our home life. It's just hard not to think that maybe we have come into something a little more out of our league, I guess.
A little, yeah, and I understand you're not wanting to talk. I mean, I saw the post, so I saw the post. Again, people, if you're curious, guess what? See those two right there? They actually have their own websites or their own links on Facebook. Mike Minigh Minigh, Jenni Kohls, Kohls. You can go find them on Facebook. You can start following them. You can go up to their YouTube channel right here, the Wisconsin Files, start following them. You can go up to Smashes to Echoes and start following them there too. And I'm sure this doll will be brought up at a later date because you already gave us a little glimpse into it. And I am very sorry for your puppy, for what your dog is going through right now. But that just shows that, I mean, it's if people doubt it, if they doubt or they just, I don't want to say doubt it, if they're just unsure, this is more solidifying proof from another couple of people who are like, look, this is no joke. This stuff can have attachments.
I agree. Absolutely. I mean, I was kind of skeptical when it came to that. I won't even lie. I think I kind of came in a little abrasive about it, and I put my foot in my mouth, I guess, because I kind of got bit in the ass for that.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Nighthawk says, never should have given the doll a name. So.
We didn't do that. Yeah, we didn't give it a name. That was the title it had, so that had nothing to do with it. We don't even call it anything other than the doll.
The doll.
Yeah.
Is it? Do you still have possession of it?
Unfortunately, we do, but we have it in a safe space.
I was saying, you have it sealed.
Things have calmed down. Me and Mike put our heart and our soul into cleansing our home, and we are more than capable of keeping something at bay like that. So we're not letting it affect it. Once we realized what it was, like, it's not affecting us like that now. So now we're comfortable kind of sharing our story. We would like to get rid of this doll at some point, but we want to make sure that it would go to somebody that could handle that. I mean, it's just kind of an intense situation, one that I never thought we would ever be in.
Yeah, it's funny because right now my head is very much tingling and buzzing. And that's what happens when stuff tries to get in touch with me and tries to contact me. So I'm trying to push them all off and say, not time to talk right now, go away. So I'm trying to get away. And then Larry says, or does the doll have possession of them? Whoa. Look at Larry going all dark. So
yeah, Larry, zip it. Zip it.
And William said, Nighthawk said, remember why the Amish don't put faces on their dolls. Same reason for
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Have you ever partaken in like a seance or a Ouija board reading? And how have those gone?
What was the last part you said?
How have those gone?
For me, I mean, it went, I guess, the same as the ghost investigation. Really, it wasn't. It's fun. That's the thing. At least this is strictly my opinion, but I feel like a Ouija board kind of gets a negative rap. It gets a bad reputation, and I really feel that this is just another piece of equipment we're using to contact the dead. To me, there is no significance in using a Ouija board or, a spirit box. To me, it's all the same stuff. They're both doing the same thing. To me, there is I don't think that a piece of equipment is capable of being evil. They're all doing the same work, essentially.
Right.
One is an older device, like, the Ouija board goes way back. So I think that's
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, seances, same thing. I mean, talking to the spirits, it's just another form of communicating with them,
As long as you know how to close them down, you're fine. So yeah, that's the
Sure.
Yeah, which really, to me, the most interesting part about the Ouija boards, or really the Ouija boards, is the fact that they've always been sold as a kid's toy. Like, you can buy one from Mattel, but they don't tell you, by the way, remember to close this down when you're done playing with it. Like, it doesn't give you a warning. It just goes, hey, for like 8 to 80, and okay, we should be fine. So, but even a child's toy can be misused if not used correctly. And I think that's one thing that they kind of miss, and I think that's another reason why the board gets so many problems with so many negative reasons, is because it doesn't come with a set of instructions the way it should. And so that's of course going to be what you hear about the most, simply because that's what is misused the most.
Yeah,
So I think that's where the negative connotation comes to it.
definitely.
When you guys go on investigations, do you prefer? I'm pretty sure I know this answer, but because I know what I like, and most people like the same thing. Do you prefer like just doing hitting 2 or 3 places in a day, or do you prefer like doing a 1 or 2 night overnight at one location?
Definitely, I would say the overnight. I mean, I like spending my time at a location. I like to get my time's worth. I like taking my time and exploring and doing all that. But I guess I would also love to just hit up a bunch of. It depends on my mood, I suppose. What about you?
Same. I prefer the overnight. We have gone to multiple places during the day.
And then you kind of burn out, and it's so.
Yeah. That's what one thing. Nikki and I are getting ready to go on her spring break. She's a teacher, and for spring break, we're going to try to travel south and try to hit up a bunch of places and just kind of make a couple days of it. I haven't warned anybody yet, but I should probably let them know that I want to come visit their place. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if they turn me away at the door if I have money. And a couple of them, you may know or follow or have heard of. So Stephanie O'Reilly, I don't know who she is, and also Tori Westhoff. They're kind of down by each other in the Kansas City area, and they own places. So I'm going to try to stop at both. See what happens down there. Tori actually owns a former mortuary home, and they ended up selling it to her because she knew it was haunted. So they ended up selling it to her. So now she actually uses it as an attraction location. And
that is so cool.
So I hit her up if she happens to watch this. Tori, I'm coming down. Just a kind of fair warning. When you travel, is it normally just car? Is there any place overseas you guys have gone where you just be like, I just want to go overseas. I want to do Ireland. I want to do England. I want to do Romania. I want to do Thailand. Is there anything I want to do? New Zealand, Australia. Is there any of those you've been able to get out to, or is it just all stateside?
I've never been out of.
Yeah, I mean, I've never left the country. I guess I never really thought about exploring outside of the U.S.
I just didn't know if it was different for you. I just didn't know if, like, when you came across some of the things, if it was different outside of the States compared to what it was in the States. Because you do some people that talk about that. And it's, I guess the biggest question I have when people travel outside of the States and go to another country, how do they understand us? If, how is the language universal? So
hopefully they're going to the
Hello. Yeah, and that's what I'm kind of, that's kind of something I'm curious about, because I've traveled all over the place. But my abilities have only really happened, but they've only happened over the last 4 years. So I was not investigating when I was overseas. I didn't know better. I had experiences, but I didn't know that they were spiritual experiences. And there's been a lot of things that's happened when I was younger before I had my abilities that now recognize as abilities. And it's interesting to see. So with you both being investigators, I kind of think I know the answer for Jenni, but Mike, I'm kind of curious because I'm kind of sure I know the answer for both of you, but Jenni, I'm pretty sure I'm picking up more of. Do you have abilities? Do you guys have any abilities?
Maybe a little.
He definitely has abilities. Mike can sense stuff. This is kind of a crazy story, but there was this situation with one of our neighbors where Mike just got this overwhelming feeling that something was wrong. He just got this weird sense that something was off with our neighbor, and it's kind of out of the blue. So he decides to do a welfare check, and it turned out our neighbor had been very sick for days and couldn't get to a phone to get rescued. And it was just this like moment of like, oh my God, like it gave me, it's giving me chills now, but it just kind of like showed like how when he senses something. So when he tells me like he's feeling something, I take it serious. So it's like, I'm like, okay, he's probably he's picking up something for sure. So yeah, he definitely has that ability, and me too. Like I can get feelings, like I can feel off, I guess. I also have I tend to have like dreams, very vivid dreams. A lot of them will come true, oddly. Like it's just kind of strange. So I guess if you want to call those abilities, a little bit of that.
Are the dreams geared toward any way, whether it's a negative dream or a positive dream, or just futuristic?
I dreamt about like all my sister-in-laws. She was pregnant 5 times, and I dreamt the gender of every child every single time, and I was correct. And I would tell her immediately, and she was only like a month or 2 along when I would have these dreams, and I would just know what she was having. And I would tell her like, I think it's gonna be a boy. I was dreaming about a little boy, and then she would have a boy, and it was just kind of crazy how that would play out. I did have one dream just before one of my beloved pets passed away. I dreamt she had passed away, and then she ended up doing so. And I never know when it's going to happen. It'll just happen at random times too. Because I don't plan for them; they just kind of happen. And I try to decipher every dream that I get, like just in case there's some message in there or something.
Yeah. So I tell this to a lot of people. I don't know if you've heard this before. Hold on, let me get Uilani's message. Uilani Kule says, I pick up on a lot of Hawaiian names pretty good. I was over there with them in Hawaii, so I picked up on a lot of names over there of their Hawaiian spirits really well. So I'm sure you know this. If you have, I apologize to repeating it, but if you're dreaming, you can tell it's a dream because you can't read or you can't see numbers in a dream. So you're having but if you do see numbers or you do see words, you're having a vision. So that's how you're able to tell if you're actually having a vision of something that's about to happen or if it's actually a dream. And that'll be a good deciding factor for you if you pay attention to it next time it happens to you. If you try to look at a clock or you try to read something on purpose during your dream time, and you're actually having a vision. So you're foretelling the future in your vision. So
that's cool. Good to know.
Yeah, because when you dream, your logical side of the brain doesn't work. And so that's why it doesn't pick up on numbers or letters or words, because your logical side of the brain isn't working. When you're having a vision, your logical brain is trying to make sense of the vision, so it actually show you the words and the numbers and everything else to help you out. So
wow, that's neat. Very cool. I never knew that.
Okay, well, now you do. I was hoping I wasn't repeating something for you, but I'm happy that.
That's
cool. Yes, and you'll pay attention to it. You start paying attention. If you're having a vision, you will remember that I said this. I guarantee you, in your vision, you'll be like, Tom said I can do this, and you'll purposely start looking around, and a clock will appear, or you'll start looking around, and a newspaper will appear, or something will appear because you're forcing it to happen in your logical mind. Even in dreams and visions, we have very much control of what's happening in them. Just so you know. So.
Sorry, we're like lagging so bad. I'm so sorry. It's rough. We're doing so good.
Funny. It's funny because you when you talk and you come back, your words don't match your mouth movement yet, and then you finally catch up. So yes. So like I said, when you are using your logical side of your brain, you will be able to see and do what you need to do to figure it out, to help you with it more looking forward. And you can actually practice that, just so you know. That's something you can try to do before you go to sleep. Kind of tell yourself, kind of put yourself into the, I want to have a vision, not a dream. I want to have a vision, not a dream. And then you'll start seeing that they start happening more often for you. So.
Very cool. Yeah, noted, locked in.
Yeah. Is there something else that you got? Let me try to find the right way to say this. Have you ever come across anything else besides I don't want to say a human spirit again, or like, because we talked about that, but have you ever come across something like maybe like a starseed, or I know you've done some alien, like some UFO stuff that Mike has seen, but have you ever dealt with anything galactic? I guess is the best word to say it, like a Pleiadian or Arcturian, some kind of starseed person.
Personally, I have not, that I'm aware of. I had kind of mentioned earlier that I saw a UFO and then I saw a ghost this night.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny and I were kind of talking about how sometimes some people that have said they experienced alien forms or whatever have seen them in shadows.
Right.
And the crazy thing is that night after I saw the UFO, I was literally talking to what I thought was a spirit, but it looked like a shadow figure to me.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, so I mean, that I'm aware of, no.
Yeah.
Possibly, yes.
What about? It was. Have you ever dealt with anything along the lines of a galactic form, like a Pleiadian, Arcturian, some kind of starseed?
I wish. I wish. I want to so bad. We're just starting our UFO journey, so this is a goal of mine.
What about cryptids? Bigfoot? Outside of your Plesiosaurus, what about like Bigfoot, Yetis, Sasquatch? 3 different things, by the way. Anything like that?
Yeah. No, I want to. Again, I want to. So bad.
Yeah, we're gonna start digging into that side of things more.
Yeah, we're gonna get into cryptid talk a lot more, just because, like, yeah, my experience with possibly the ghost of Plesiosaur. I don't know.
Right.
But ever since then, I've loved the idea of cryptids. Or, I mean, why couldn't something like that exist? You know, we're discovering new species every day, and if it's that intelligent, I mean, I'm sure it's learned how to maneuver around humans and keep itself safe. I just think it's fascinating.
On the personal thought process, I don't even think they're from this world. So I think they're actually coming through. I think they're coming through portals.
We've been about that
for so little. Yeah, that's my thought process on that. And it's simply because of how they seem to move and how they seem to work and how they seem to be always pictured in blur. You know, kind of like if you've ever watched anything like Predator or something along those lines, they always have that blur to them. So it's always something. Even though my camera is $1,000 camera, I can't pick up a clean picture of it. So yeah, stuff like that. It's frustrating. So indoor or outdoor investigation is better. Like if cemeteries, Gettysburg, stuff like that. Outdoor investigations are better, or are indoor investigations better for you guys?
We like them both.
I know. I was gonna say we're really easygoing people. We don't have much of preference. You know, whatever. If it's a nice warm summer night, I'm gonna love to be in the cemetery. You know, outside and kind of just. In the wintertime, dead of winter, I love being in a old decrepit building, and it's all a vibe. Love it all.
Right? Absolutely. Is there something that is there some place on your bucket list that you want to experience that you just haven't got to yet?
Billy the Kid's grave. We want to go to Billy the Kid's grave more than anything. We just want to hit the Southwest so bad. The cowboy scene, mining towns, like you're speaking our lingo. It's definitely, for me, the one and only place I want to go more than anything. Like, that would be the place.
Yeah, because so I'm born California, but I did a lot of stuff down that area, New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada, all that stuff out through there. But I haven't done it while I had my abilities. I traveled through it all, but I've never done it with my abilities. So now I want to go back and see what it's like.
Now you gotta go back.
I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
So
it'll be a whole new experience.
Just know that if you all get up and decide you're going to travel out that way, Larry, listen closely. If you all decide to get up and you're going to travel that way, I'm going to come with you. So just know that you're going to have a tag along. So.
Yeah.
When you're doing Ashes to Echoes, I know you have stuff coming up. I'm going to ask, because I know Larry's going to probably try to block me on this. Is there anything that you can tell us about that's coming up with Ashes to Echoes? Like what's coming up as far as products and or episodes or shows that you guys have coming up that you know you're going to be filming for? Shh, Larry, be quiet. Don't tell me no.
Things are still so getting us all together is kind of a little bit tricky since we're all from different corners of the the country. But we do plan on tagging along for a couple of things that are coming up. I'm not sure I can actually say what they are, but we do have some stuff, an investigation or two coming up that we're really excited for because this is a place we've been already. We're just excited to go back and.
Hold on, I have written information. Larry says you can say your episode.
Okay, well then it's just, I'm not sure if I can, hold on, I need to confirm, because I might say something wrong, and then I will never hear the end of it. I'm going to just double check with Larry really quick.
Larry can literally post it right here if he wants to, so I can bring it up.
Yeah, in case I say something else, because I know there's a few things we talked about, Larry, so.
Have you...
Messaging Larry.
Have both of you investigated with everybody in the group before?
Not everybody, no. So we got some new, but we've gotten to know everybody in our chat and things like that. So Larry told me I can tell the Jericho episode is the one we're going back to. That's the one that I'm allowed to mention. So we will be doing Jericho with FAE Paranormal, and we're really excited because it's kind of like where we began with them before we were FAE Paranormal. That was kind of our first place where we got to investigate with Brittany, and then I've been with Larry a million and one times. We've investigated all over, but just kind of us together again. It's just going to be so exciting, and I think we got a few other members that'll be joining us, so it's going to be a great time. And as for like products and stuff, I think that FAE Paranormal will be bringing some merch to the table. Like I think maybe by summertime. I don't remember what exactly we said. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe I shouldn't say that.
I enlightened Larry when he first started talking about the Ashes to Echoes team. And I said, you need to throw me some merch because I can just wear it on the show and, advertise y'all out. Just saying, Larry, just saying. So, just throwing that out there. Mike, you also do a lot of IT. I mean, you do a lot of the, you're good in IT as well. You're not just a pretty face up in front of a camera. Doing the show, but you also do some IT work too. Do you and Larry have problems with equipment being messed with?
Yes. I mean, I have quite a few times. I actually built a piece of equipment.
He's really good at building ghost equipment.
I've actually been using that for about 10 or 12 years now, and I've had quite a few times where the spirits will mess with it and make it not work, and then all of a sudden it'll work again, and it's like not possible for it to not work, but it's not working, and so Larry, I'm sure Larry can attest that he's had some.
Oh yeah, Larry was on my show a while ago when I asked him that. He said, "Yeah, stuff it beats me up all the time." So yeah, so I'm gonna know.
Audio will go wonky, like equipment will. Yeah, it drain batteries, drains,
Have you ever had a piece of equipment that should not work that ends up starting to work, like it's missing the batteries, and all of a sudden it just starts working? And you're like, this should not be working.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I've actually taken batteries out of a walkie-talkie one time, and the walkie-talkie still works.
Really? That is nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. So with that being said, what else is coming up for you two?
Oh, we got a lot of stuff coming up. So we've got our doll documentary that we briefly discussed. But we're also starting top 10 videos on our YouTube channel where we're doing, first up is our top 10 UFO sightings in Wisconsin. And then we're going to do like top 10 cryptids sighted in Wisconsin. We kind of focus on our localized, stories and urban legends. And we're going to do a little bit of it all. We also have missing person cases. We'll kind of go through some of the like unsolved missing person cases that are around, like the older ones. We kind of try to stay away from anything newer, but we might cover a few here and there, but we do like to be very respectful to the families involved. We don't ever want to, rehash a story that's painful for a family. It's something we try to steer clear of, unless we are asked by the family, which we have been a time or two. So that's really the only time we'll cover relevant current cases like that. But yeah, we kind of got a lot in the works. We're really excited, and we also got silly skits. We do funny skits and stuff. So we're going to be bringing back just a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm. Awesome, and that's going to be on your YouTube channel, right? That I'm scrolling on the bottom right here. And for those people who are not watching, but they are listening, it is youtube.com/@the-Wisconsin-Files. All is one word. And again, if you want to find out, if you forget that, then you can literally go out and find Jenni, Jenni, Kohls, Kohls, or you can find Mike, Mike, Minigh, Minigh, and you can find either one of them, and I am sure all of their stuff is listed all over their pages, so you can find them as well. So I think we're kind of the point we can start winding it down. We're a little over an hour. It went by really fast, but we're a little over an hour. And Larry stopped talking, so I guess he fell asleep on us. But it's been a long day. It's been a long day. He's been doing a lot of editing. But I want to thank you all. He is. Oh my God, that man is nuts. But I do want to thank you both for the show. I really loved having you on. I'm looking forward to I'm going to do my best. I know I'm going to have to twist some arms, but probably not really, to bring all of you on the show at once and just do one big mass episode with you all. And I'll be able to do that later on down the road. But I want to thank you for coming on the show. If I've missed anything, please let the audience know now. Feel free to say whatever you want at this point. I think I covered everything, but I'm not 100% sure. So this is your time to speak your piece. If I missed anything, let us know.
Honestly, Tom, thank you so much for having us. Yeah. We were so excited to do this. It's been a while since we've jumped online and had a chat with anybody, so it's good to get on and chat with you. You've been an excellent host, by the way. I love the questions.
Appreciate
it. It really did fly by. But thank you so much. We're so grateful. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Go to follow FAE Paranormal.
Yeah, follow shout out to from Ashes to Echoes Paranormal. Big things coming over there.
Absolutely.
Super excited. So.
Yeah, and I'll tell everyone now while you're here, but also tell you when I put you backstage. If anyone needs or wants to get a hold of either one of you, and they just are too lazy to look you up, they can get a hold of me, and I will send the messages on to you guys as well. I always offer that to anybody who also feel like they might be intruding or interfering, and they just don't want to reach out directly. A lot of times they'll reach out to me first, and I'll send the messages on. So Uilana Ku'ule is saying mahalo, Tom and everyone. Awesome show. Thank you very much, Mike and Jen. Much appreciated. I'm going to throw you two backstage. Hopefully you'll stick around and we can talk for a couple minutes. If not, I understand. You have a sick puppy. But I will be with you as soon as I close down the show, and it'll just be a couple of minutes. So thank you again. Good night, and I'll see you here in a second. All right.
Thank you, Tom.
All right, everyone, that is the show. Let me throw my dirty stuff up there really quick. Mine is very easy. As we all know, mine is simply Stuff I Never Learned. It's facebook.com, Stuff I Never Learned, YouTube at Stuff I Never Learned. My email is stuffineverlearned@gmail.com. If you want to send me messages for their comments, for their concerns, if you have anything that you want to let them know or say, please either find them, Mike Minigh, again, Minigh for the last name, Jenni Kohls, Jenni Kohls. You can find them on Facebook. You can find them on YouTube. You can also find their Wisconsin Files, the Wisconsin Files, youtube.com/@the-Wisconsin-Files on YouTube as well. I would highly advise you to go follow them because they are fantastic people, not just investigators, but really good people deep down in the soul. And they're going to have a lot of cool stuff coming up. So it would be really cool if you go out and watch them, start following them, start giving them likes, because they're growing fast and they're growing furious, and they're going to be fantastic. They already are, but it's going to be really good if you actually start watching them as well. As far as me, you know where I'm located at. Feel free to come watch. Feel free to say hi. I do have a show in 2 weeks, I think. Let me check. You know me, I'm always, this is the part I always forget, is letting you know what's on next. So let me get up to my guest schedule because I do this all the time. Actually, the next show is the 2nd of February for me, and it is an open mic night. So we'll be the bearded one answering your questions, as always, to the best of my ability. Sometimes the answer is just no, but I will do my best to answer what I can. Other than that, I will see you in 2 weeks. Reach out to me if you need to. Much love, stay safe, and I will talk to you all soon.